Hey, Stevo here, and that I've always wanted to show you some books that I keep talking about. This is the Constitution. I know it's backwards, but this is the Constitution. This was published by the American Civil Liberties Union. If you could read backwards, I didn't know it was gonna, you know. But if you could read if you could read that backwards, this was it's 38 pages long, the Constitution, and it's published by the American Civil Liberties Union. And the funny thing is that I saw on YouTube a long time ago about a Trump turd or a Tea Party person saying, well, I got the Constitution in my pocket, you know. And, you know, I think the only part that he reads in the Constitution is probably the Second Amendment, you know, that says about the right to have arms. I guess it's way back here somewhere. But I guess I can't find it. But, you know, it's the American Constitution, if you could read backwards. And the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union. And again, backwards, this is what I keep talking about. Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States, again backwards, from 1492 to the present. I think I had one that was all the way up to the. This has already been highlighted by someone else, so it's been very well read. I got this I got this at Amazon.com, so it's already been read, and you know. They have a version of this for children, and I think it was a couple months ago, Donald Trump said that, oh, let's not talk about the past, and Howard Zinn, who's been dead for a couple years or more, let's not talk about Howard Zinn, and we shouldn't talk about slavery or the way we treated American Indians and the way we treated women and the way we treated American Indians. And so Trump, you know, wants to revise the Constitution. I mean, revise the American history, and want, you know, conservative teachers, you know, go back to the 1950s when conservative teachers in the 50s were just talking about good old honest Abe and George Washington chopping the cherry tree and saying, I can never tell a lie and all that stuff, but never talk about African Americans, never talk about women's rights, or never talk, well, women's rights didn't exist in the 50s yet. And this is Oliver Stone. I'm pretty sure you know who Oliver Stone is. This is kind of the supplemental book to the documentary that is I told you about, the untold history of the United States, and it's very well written book. The co-writer is Peter Kuznick, and it's you know, I think a lot of stupid people call Oliver Stone a communist, and you pretty much I feel he's a great filmmaker, and also he's not a communist. I mean, you know, his father was a stockbroker back in the 60s and back in the 50s and 60s, and Oliver Stone came from a kind of a upper middle class family, and I think Oliver Stone is trying to be true to the Constitution, which is, in a way pretty radical. I think the Constitution is pretty radical, but we don't take the Constitution for granted. We don't read it. We don't abide by it. We don't, I think it's been misinterpreted, just like the Bible has been misinterpreted. And thank God I'm an atheist, because even an atheist like me know more about the Bible than some of these idiots out here. So there, I do have I don't know where it is, but I do have a autobiography of Malcolm X, and I don't know where it is. I got so much books around here. I don't know if you could. I'm kind of move over here of. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can show my books too much, but anyways, I'm trying to show stuff, but I guess I'm not good at that. I got a big heavy computer here and whatever, but I'm probably November the 2nd is the last time I get online. I think it's best for me to just go about my business after the election. And I'm pretty sure people don't watch my videos anyways. I'm not a showy person, as you could see. I'm not flashy or showy. I'm not really interested in that. I'm not a rich person. I'm not I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular person. And I don't want to be flashy. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of people try to be flashy and try to sell themselves, and that's your business. Maybe I would get more people to watch my videos if I had certain savvy about being flashy, and I really don't care. As long as I could get my videos on YouTube, or as long as I can get my videos on Twitter, I could care less. I'm not a flashy person. I try to be down to earth. I try to be, I try to be as honest as I can to the people that watch these videos. And I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not the dumbest person in the world. And I'm trying to convey the passion that I have about voting, and about loving one another, and about, I just hope that, people who hate people because they're different, I hope before they die, I hope they come to terms with their hate, and I hope they come to terms with it. There have been many people, many white people. I've saw many documentaries of white men who joined the Klan or joined the neo-Nazis, and they disavowed their beliefs once they got older, and they I think it was Henry Fonda that said that hate can be taught, but love can be also taught. You could also teach people to love one another, and I think it's quite essential for American people to love each other, and to be concerned about people of your community, And I think that to get the positive thing about Donald Trump is I think that we took our Constitution for granted before Donald Trump. And people are becoming very active politically, when they weren't before Donald Trump. And you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe there are a lot of people that are waking up from their slumbers, because we were always taught that the government was working for us, and we did nothing. We did nothing. And we didn't vote. All we did was go to work and drink beer and watch the game. But it doesn't work that way. Sadly, we need to come together at these most trying times, and I hope we do. I hope we do. And when I leave in November the 2nd, I hope I can, if one person can, educate themselves and read books and stuff like that, and I have great belief in the young people today. They're better than me. The young people are better than my generation. I'm pretty sure young people aren't going to take their future for granted, and they're not going to take their self-education for granted. That they're going to read more books, and they're going to be more empathetic towards one another, and they're going to vote more, and to care about people in their community, people who are different, people who are that look like me, people who have a different color, skin color, people who are, who have a different religion or whatever. We need to care about each other. And maybe that's a good thing about Donald Trump, is that we took our Constitution for granted, we took our government for granted, and to stand up and to shout and to talk to your local politicians and write to the politicians in Washington, D.C., and tell them how you feel. Tell these politicians how you feel. Tell them what you're going through on a daily basis. If you're a poor person, if you're going through racism, if you're going through misogyny, or if you're going through homophobia or whatever, these politicians, they work for us. We have a right to vote them in, and we have a right to vote them out. And never forget that. And maybe to go through good times, we have to go through bad times first. And maybe the only good thing about Donald Trump is that he woke people up to not take their democratic processes for granted. Maybe that's a good thing. One good thing about Donald Trump is he woke people up, and never take, your human rights for granted. And vote in November the 3rd, and love one another, and be concerned about humanity, and be empathetic to people that don't look like you. I think the more you read, the more empathetic you are towards others. And that makes us a great nation, is the diversity. That's what makes America great, is the diversity of different people, and different people coming together eventually. So I'll see you when I see you, and vote.